5 ways that I make passive income right now, today. That's today's show. Let's dive into it. Here we are at our very first rental property. Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris, longtime real estate investor, but I make money a number of different ways, and I hope that this video will inspire you to take action. Now, this video is not meant in any way to brag about anything. This is just simply a path that I've followed, and you might take 1, 2, 3 things away from this video. You might take 10 things away from this video. That would be great. But I want you to build financial intelligence and to show you that a W-2 job, putting money in a 401k, is not being financially intelligent, okay? That's the premise of this channel, is to help you build financial intelligence. So thank you so much for subscribing and checking out all of the videos that we've got here on the channel. My story, real quick, is that I lost my job when I was 30 years old. I had a 6-figure income and I worked in the TV biz, and they said, hey, we're not renewing your contract. You're only as good as your most recent contract. So I was out of a job, and I vowed then that I would build passive income and I would never have to answer to a boss ever again telling me the trajectory of my life, okay? That's the premise of everything I do today. So I immediately then started figuring out how I could build passive income. How can I get monthly cash flow coming in every month? These are just 5 ways that I currently do it. And again, you may take 1 of these and run with it. You may take 2 of these and run with it. You may do absolutely nothing at all, in which case, great. I hope you are doing fantastic right now in your life and you don't have to take any action at all. Good for you. Number 1 on my list, how I make passive income right now, is from this YouTube channel. We've worked really, really hard over the past number of years, and we put many, many hundreds of hours of work into building this channel. And I've been really intentional about trying to grow this channel to help people build financial intelligence. A friend of mine, you know his name, Robert Kiyosaki, at lunch one afternoon, Robert said to me, Clayton, you are a teacher. You need to do more teaching. You need to get your voice out there. You need to be able to help people do exactly what you're doing, which is create financial intelligence. So I did. You know, if Robert looks at you and says, you've got to do this, and you're already on that path, and it's been calling to me, that's what we've done with this channel. So this YouTube channel is an effort to try to help people build financial intelligence, to pay less in taxes, to set up your entity, your LLC, all of those things we talk about here on the channel, and I hope that it helps you. But because we do this channel, because we have videos that publish on a regular basis, we have ads that we put on the front of them. Now, it's not a lot of money, but we do bring in a few $1,000s a month thanks to the ads that Google places on the front of our videos. So if you see one of those, you know, hey, watch it, you know, because it actually helps. It helps keep the lights on here at the studio. It helps pay for our team. It helps pay for our editors. It helps pay for our social media team. It helps pay for some of the software that we use and the camera equipment and those things. So that few $1,000s that we do make in passive income from our YouTube channel, it does help, and it does help keep the lights on. So thank you. Thanks, Google. Number 2 on my list is our podcast. Now, we have a very successful podcast. Again, we put a ton of work into it, and it's a lot totally different content than what you'll find here on the YouTube channel. It's called the Investing in Real Estate show with me, and my wife joins us as well. We have a lot of real estate experts on there talking about passive income and how to be smarter with your taxes, how to, you know, protect yourself with insurance, all of those different things that go into buy and hold real estate. That's what the show is all about. But because of the podcast and the amount of work that we've put into it, we have sponsors that started reaching out to us because we started getting big. And then Inc. magazine named us as one of their top business podcasts. Apple has featured us multiple times on the front page of the iTunes store. So thank you to Apple for that. And thank you to the magazines that have featured us as well. Now, that happened in a short amount of time. So if you have a message that you're passionate about, that you want to get out to the world, it doesn't have to take 5 years. It can take a year. It can take 6 months if you are strategic about your planning for your podcast. And you know, I did a pretty broad one. I did a pretty large one, right? Investing in real estate. You might even go small. You might think about the neighborhood that you live in, the town that you live in. You might live in, I don't know, Akron, Ohio. What if you did a podcast focused specifically on that town, interviewed local businesses, and imagine then them sponsoring you, the local tire shop, the local diner decides to sponsor your podcast because guess what? You're a voice for that city. And that's exactly what happened with our podcast, that we became a large voice, but sponsors like Purple Mattress and and Canary and AT&T and all kinds of companies sponsor us on a regular basis because we reach a large audience. But we also have highly engaged listeners, people who listen to our show know that we're not just going to put any old piece of sponsorship on that show, that there's a products that we believe in and that we use. And that brings in a few $1,000s a month as well in passive income thanks to our sponsorship. So again, YouTube channel, podcast, sponsorships, and that nice passive income that's coming in every month from those sponsors. Now I will say it's passive, but I have to work for it, right? We have to shoot the videos. We have to edit the videos. We have to record the audio for the podcast. We have to publish all of that. We have to book the guests that we have on that show. If Robert Kiyosaki is a guest on the show, guess what? That doesn't just happen. We have to arrange calendars. My assistant has to reach out. We have to book and make sure that those things come together. People have to be paid, right? So all of this comes together, and thanks to sponsorships, that helps pay for that. Third way that we're making passive income right now is from our ebook sales and our paperback publications of our books. Right now, How to Pay Off Your Mortgage in 5 Years is the name of one of our books, and it's doing tremendously well. Sold a few hundred books in the past few days, as you can see, and those thousands of dollars that come in from book sales really help sustain our revenue for our company. So we've written about a subject that we know a lot about. We've been able to pay off our mortgage. We've been able to pay down debt. We've helped a lot of people be able to do the same through our program. And so we decided to write a book about it. And it's a short book, gets right to the point, and Amazon is a great place for you to self-publish your idea. Maybe you have a story inside of you. Maybe you have a thriller you'd like to write, or maybe you have a piece of nonfiction that you would like to write. I'm reminded of a conversation that I actually had with my mom not too long ago. And we're still in the process of this, but take you behind the scenes. And this is exactly how you could begin to think about publishing your own book, right? So my mom, she's the CEO of a nonprofit. It's a small nonprofit, but she said, I just would love for this additional passive income. I just would love for a few $100 extra a month to be able to come in. And I said, Mom, write a book. And she, what am I going to write a book about? I work at a nonprofit that helps people with disabilities get jobs and employment. What am I going to write a book about? I said, Mom, you come home and every night you're working on writing grants. You need grants written in order to bring in extra income for your nonprofit company. You need state money in order to run because you're helping the community and you have to write grants, and there's an art to it. It's not simple to write grants. In fact, it's actually pretty darn hard. So my mom's an expert at it. And I said, look, what if you wrote a simple ebook, 40, 50, 70, 80 pages, whatever it took to get it right to the point on how to write grants effectively? There'd be a lot of people that would buy that book, and that would be a consistent form of cash flow every month. So that's just one example, but start thinking about it, right? Maybe you know pets really well, or maybe you're, a dog groomer, and like 5 killer ways to really groom a dog properly, on how to, protect them in the winter from their coats and their feet, all of those things. Just imagine you know something and start to think about how you can communicate that message. So sorry, went off on a little inspirational tirade here, but I want you to start to think it's not just about me, it's about you, and I want you to be able to start to think about getting your message out there. Number 4, the way that I make passive income every month, of course, you're watching this channel, it's real estate. I have over 50 single-family properties, many multifamily properties, and commercial properties, and of course, we're bringing in money every month passively from our tenants. Now again, passive income, but we still nurture our portfolio. We have a few evictions right now on a couple of our properties. We're dealing with a tax issue on another property. We're dealing with a city issue on another property. So it's passive income in that every month I'm going to get a nice big check from my property management companies all around the country, but I still have to nurture that portfolio. I still have to take care of it, okay? It's not like you can just set it and forget it like Ron Popeil sets a turkey roaster and you can walk away from it. You've got to take care of those things. Otherwise, it won't take care of you. And number 5 way that we make money around here and keep the lights on is affiliate sales. So we have partners that we work with in the real estate business and in the book writing business and others that we recommend as a product or service. Maybe it's an insurance company or somebody else that we recommend to our clients and to people that we interact with in our daily business. And we're able to make a small amount of income from those affiliate relationships. Now, I've seen it in the online space, the internet world, which we're not really a part of in that way, but I've certainly seen companies where they might recommend a certain web hosting company, right? And every time you sign up for that web hosting company, that person who recommended it gets a small, gets a few pennies on the dollar for recommending it, right? I've certainly done that before with Dropbox. I remember when Dropbox first started, right? I remember tweeting about it and sending it out via email to my friends and family. And that's how so many people in the tech world did it at the time, sending out messages about Dropbox. And we would get a small percentage of payment so that we would not have to pay for Dropbox services. So there's a lot of different ways that affiliate sales can work, and you may think about it for your company. Perhaps, again, I come back to the dog example. You might be having a successful, dog podcast, right? Dog grooming podcast. And what if you then took that dog grooming podcast and you worked with there's a type of brush, right, that you always use. Well, maybe on that podcast, you recommend that particular brush and you let your audience know that, hey, this is an affiliate partner. You've got to check out my favorite brush. And every time they buy a brush from your podcast, you get, 10 cents, whatever it happens to be. But just start thinking geometrically about growing your life and thinking about bringing in passive income. Again, it's not just about the W-2 job. I want you to really be emboldened to take action, to start to build cash flow every month, to take control of your financial destiny. That's what this channel is all about. If you're new, please subscribe, smash that like button, and I want to hear your forms of passive income. What are you most excited about? Are you going to take action on any of the 5 that I listed today? Tell me in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you. As you can see, we interact with everyone down there. So can't wait to see you on the next video, everyone. Take care.